Well, hey folks. Hey, all week long people have been asking me why a 4-year-old video showed up in their notifications as a brand new upload. Everybody's been asking me that. They want to know, did I do a rerun? Am I losing my marbles? Did I get a copyright claim and take it down and do a repost? What's the deal with the repost? Well, to be honest with you, I don't know. Why it came up in your subscription feed as a brand new upload, I have no freaking idea. That was cool. I was just getting ready to climb down and I saw some movement right over there in the opening. Then I see there's a doe eating leaves off of a bush. And I saw some more movement and I see she's got a fawn with her. So I hung up my bow. I was going to dig out my video camera and start taping them. But then I realized she's right in front of my trail camera. At least I'm pretty sure that she is. So I said, screw it. I'll just let the camera do the taping. And they were just there munching out for a while. Kind of nice to watch. You know, I don't need the venison that bad. I'm not going to take a doe when she's got a fawn by her side. So then they wandered over there, and I have another camera over there pointing in a little different direction, and I'm not sure if that camera would have picked him up or not, but I'll find out. I'll pull the SD cards when I climb down. Yeah, so that made my morning. I was just about to quit. All I've seen is a couple red squirrels, but that was cool. So hopefully I've got them on the camera, which I think I do, and I'll share that with you. Hey man, it's another beautiful morning in the woods. So I'm setting up some more trail cameras here. I just picked up 2 more. These are the Wild Game Innovations Terra 12s. Every year I add a few more and more to my collection. Now, I have 24 cameras now, and 23 of them are the Wild Game Innovations. Now I know some people don't like them. I was going to invest in some more expensive cameras the other year, and when I'm reading the reviews of the cameras, it doesn't matter what the make or model, you're going to find the same reviews. You're going to find pros and cons, good and bad. You're going to find rave reviews and complaints, and it doesn't matter what the camera. So I've been running these for a long time. I've shared this with you in the past. I have good success with them. And like I said, I put these along beaver swamps and stuff, down low, under overhanging bank to get the mink and stuff like that, right down near the water to film wildlife, and I get some pretty good footage. But sometimes the beaver will come along and shoot a tree down and the camera goes in the drink. And, you know, I'd rather lose a $30 or $40 camera than a $200 camera. And by running inexpensive cameras, I can run more cameras. And they work really, really good for me. All the footage that I share with you are with these. I have one Bushnell camera that was given to me as a gift. And I really like that camera too, but it's got so many features that it's really complicated to set up. And these are super simple. And I don't care what model it is, they seem to all be the same. At least all the ones I have are the same way to set up. And I can do it blindfolded now. Yeah, I really like them. So I just bought these 2 more. I paid $38.88 for them. I found them on sale. So they're awesome. If I can find these again, they're out of stock now, but if I can find a good buy on the cameras that I use, I'll put the link in the description below. And if there's no link down there, then I haven't found any good deals. But you know, you can find these anywhere. But anyway, setting them up, and it takes a lot of AA batteries to do this. So I've got a lot of batteries here. But anyway, that dough in the fond that I was talking about from the tree stand, huh? That couldn't have worked out any better, because I was going to film them, and then I go, I think they're right in front of that camera, and they were aligned perfectly. That was beautiful. That was nice to see. I haven't been hunting very much, and I'm not seeing much deer. I'm not seeing much deer at all on my trail cameras. That's the way it works out here in the early season, because the early season are when the moose are rutting, and as I showed you the previous week, they're aggressive, and when they're like that, the deer skedaddle. At least that's how it works out in my neck of the woods. When the rut wears down, and then the deer, the white-tailed deer start rutting, then the deer filter back in, and I get many more deer on my camera. So, yeah. Hey, in regards to that video that come out, I think I know what happened, but I'm not sure why it happened. One of my subscribers on Patreon was looking for an older video of mine. It was Simple Living Part 2, Money in the Mindset of a Homesteader. He really liked that video. He likes to watch it whenever. It's like a pick-me-up for him. He was looking for it, couldn't find it. So he reached out to me and asked me where it was, and I told him it would be in the Simple Living playlist, and he looked and couldn't find it. So I went to look. The video was locked up in private, and so were a lot of my older videos. I never put them in the private setting. I don't know if somebody hacked into my channel and made a bunch of changes, or if YouTube locked them. I don't know what happened, but a bunch of my old videos were locked up in the private setting. I don't know. It's YouTube's. So I don't know. I don't know what the deal is with it. But nonetheless, it's there, and people were watching it, so I don't know. I can't figure it out. So I've been getting a lot of cool moose footage on my cameras here. In fact, what I was just saying about when a camera gets ruined, how it hurts a lot less. I have a moose, as a cow moose, and she's standing right in front of the camera, and she's looking down the valley. There's a big bull moose that's trailing her. And then she turned and she walked right up to the camera, and then she started sniffing it, and then started chewing on it, and she broke the little door off of the bottom of the camera. Sometimes bears will do that, but it was the moose. He walked right up and knocked that off. But the camera still works, everything was intact, and I got that cool footage. I want to show you something. I had this jug of diesel over on the other property. I filled it up, and I had it there because I was spreading gravel. And then, a couple days or whatever went by, I went over to get it, and I see it tipped over this way. It's a full jug of diesel. It's not going to blow over, especially this way. And I'm like, what the heck? Did a moose come along and just knock it over? I don't know. So I dumped it into the tractor, and what was left of it anyway, I dumped it in the tractor, and I sent Lori to town to get some diesel. And she texted me back saying that there was a whole bunch of puncture holes in the container, and it was leaking all over the Jeep. I'm like, what the heck? So now I'm thinking some screwball went over there and punctured my tank. Well, why? Whatever. So she comes back, and I'm looking at the jug, and I realize they're not just some random puncture holes, they're bite marks. And it had to be a bear, because look, the bites here, like this, and they're directional. See, this one's going in this way, these are going in this way. It's a bite there, and another bite here and here. See, they're directional. That one's going that way, that one's going that way. Bit there, and bit there. You ever see such a thing? So now the jug's no good. Bears and diesel. Well, it's that time of year again. Time to get our winter preparation off the to-do list once and for all. We've got our firewood all cached away, but to have fires, we need fire starter. And the bark from dead birch trees is the best stuff I know. Some nice stuff. The birch has been dead a long time, but the bark is still good.
Holy cow, look at that right there.
Wow. Look at a slug. That's huge.
Better come along and gobble that up. Some good eats.
Some good stuff. It's amazing. Birch can be dead for a long, long time. And the fire starting properties of the bark are just amazing. The best there is. That piece right there is good. It's out of reach though. I want that piece. Set it down with the chainsaw, we get all kinds of the bark.
Yeah.
This is the best. It's kitchen queen season.
Starting fires twice a day now.
I know it.
After a lot of kindling and fire starter this time of year. Well, this is a pretty good batch of birch bark, so I think we can maybe gather up some kindling now.
I think so. That ought to do us. Speaking of kindling, you just mentioned kindling and he's on it.
He's
He's
on
an
it.
old pro at kindling. He knows how to do it. He cuts it stove length. This is his old hat to him.
Good job, Bugger.
He knows how to do it. Oh, she's gonna learn too. She learned from the best.
Finding some good kindling.
Oh, Tildy's catching on. She's catching on.
Little piece still. Not a little piece.
Frankie and the boss out walking in the woods, living life happy and free. Tracks in the snow everywhere they go, there's a pokey way up in that tree. A beaver built a pond where they have some fun, taking life a day at a time. Best friends until the end, Frankie and the boss, Frankie and the boss, Frankie and the boss.